Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone. Here we go again. The land of logic where feelings are facts and contradictions are a lifestyle. From self-proclaimed activists to part-time philosophers, every one of them is about to meet their match, using their own rules. First up, it looks like we've got a gold medal performance in self-awareness failure.
Holy. He said what?
What I don't care for is
What do you mean by that?
you.
Me?
Yeah, it'd be great if you all leave. I have
I
sent a
will
message.
leave us
You
right
can
here.
just go right outside the plaza, but the plaza is reserved for the women's march and the women's rally today.
I'm trying to figure out women's march. What is a woman?
For the women's march, it's anybody who supports women and identifies as a woman.
I identify as a woman.
Great.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm here.
Nothing showcases peak woke logic quite like preaching inclusion until someone actually accepts the offer. One simple question later, and the moral compass starts spinning like a fidget toy. Apparently, everyone's welcome only applies if you meet the unspoken vibe test. When their own logic turns against them, the collapse writes itself faster than a paper straw in soda. Now it's time for a front row seat to the moment woke logic eats itself alive.
But ma'am, don't assume my gender. Yeah, don't do that. Don't assume your gender. What are your pronouns then? They and Z and princess. Princess?
How fast the tables turn when the interviewer fires back with Zay, Z, and Princess. You can almost hear the brain buffering. Suddenly, the self-appointed pronoun police have no ticket to their own game. One damn later, and we witness it, the sound of ideology meeting a mirror. Next, here's the most confusing protest logic you will ever see.
There's not really a space for bad apples in the police department. There's really, just like it's not appropriate for pilots to be a bad apple. You know?
There have been bad apples in pilots. There have been bad apples
very quickly.
in doctors.
They're out. But you got to root them out quickly.
You know what I do support? I support retraining all the cops.
Okay, so that's going to require more money. How does that equate to defunding or taking away funding?
I think it needs to. Well, it's a complicated question.
You need minorities in senior positions and all police departments across the country. That's something that the police union is not ready to approach, though.
So where George Floyd was killed, Minneapolis, city council is 1/3 black. The police chief is black.
1/3, and that doesn't change the culture.
Only in woke world can defund magically translate to spend more. They demand reform, training, and diversity, then panic when someone points out that costs money. It is financial fantasy disguised as activism. Turns out, feelings do not fund progress, though saying so might ruin the chant. This moment delivers outrage so theatrical it could win an award for unintentional comedy.
Kind of trash.
Okay.
Doesn't treat its people well. You know.
How so?
I don't really know why you're having this. Do you want to have a conversation?
Well, that's why I'm asking you. How so?
What do you mean?
You said the United States treats its people like trash, so I was just asking how.
I mean, right now, how many people are suffering because they can't afford health care? Let's start with there. How about?
Got it. Well, Trump just slashed prescription drug prices by 50 to 80%.
So that
are you
prescription
unhappy with
drug
that?
sellers can raise their prices. I mean, he's just working for capitalism.
Well, he actually isn't taking a salary. And he's also lost $1 billion in his net worth from the first administration when the first time he ran.
He's taking money from literally anyone who will pay for his stupid coin, his what is it? Trump coin, Dogecoin, I don't know.
There's a lot of cryptocurrencies that people make money off of. Are you upset with them making money? You can't.
Like, the United States is.
Calling America terrible is one thing, but watching the argument crumble when asked for proof is the real highlight. It is emotion in full display, stripped of any evidence or reasoning. The second logic makes an appearance. The performance falls apart. Apparently, passion is the new qualification for being right. In this moment, what follows is a confident speech that quickly turns into a reality check in progress.
What I'm hearing is this intense discussion around self-hatred and when you're in a bigger body. And I wanted to ask people down the front there, you who's 20, is your life better? Are you happier? Is everything better now that you're slightly smaller than you were before?
Absolutely. And I'm not a little bit smaller, I'm a lot smaller. I did do research into everything. I can still have kids, and that may not have happened if I had stayed the size I was. My question to you is, can you honestly say that you are 100% happy and healthy? Like, you have no medical conditions whatsoever, you have no problems at all with your health?
I think it's really interesting that I feel like I need to justify my existence in this room.
No, but hang on a minute. You asked her to justify her decision.
I asked her if she was happy. I didn't ask her to justify what her health issues now, or if there is any.
But have you got any health issues?
No.
The fat acceptance narrative thrives until someone actually improves their health, and suddenly honesty becomes offensive. The celebration of health at any size disappears the moment real results show up. Somehow taking care of yourself has been rebranded as discrimination, while denial gets praised as empowerment. Here we step into the classroom, where feelings are treated as national emergencies.
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who actively feel victimized by your presence here today? Additionally, you just pointed out that this man detransitioned, but earlier in your speech,
Guys, I want to hear her. Go ahead. What do I have to say? Just the question, please. No speech. What is the question?
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
A student wants to know how trans students can handle the existence of Candace Owens, as if exposure to a differing opinion causes emotional injury. The question alone says it all. Candace replies with calm clarity, reminding everyone that reality does not bend itself to protect anyone's comfort. This clip is a flawless example of woke logic turning against itself in real time.
Holy. He said what?
She's transgender and we're trying to raise money for her hormones, so it's for a good cause.
You call that a good cause? I mean, you're born who you are.
She was born as a trans girl.
She's born as Lynn. This is who she is.
You can't change who you are. I mean, you're born a boy or you're born a girl.
We are living our lives as who we are. We love ourselves. We embrace who we are.
You don't love who you are. You were born a certain way. You don't love how you were born, apparently.
Don't tell me if I don't love myself, because I know who I love.
You don't, because you change.
Announcing self-love while fundraising to change everything about yourself takes a special kind of irony. The Born This Way slogan vanishes the moment biology stops cooperating. One straightforward question is all it takes for the confidence to collapse faster than a pride balloon in science class. Here comes a moment of mental gymnastics so impressive it could qualify for the Olympics.
I don't even think that they believe what they are saying.
Do you think genitals define gender?
No. No.
Yes.
Why?
Gender is a societal construct.
That is, you're born with it, like that's who you are, like you're a man or a woman, like that's what I believe.
If genitals don't define gender, why does removing them affirm it?
A person will feel more affirmed if they change their genitals. It'll help affirm them societally.
So would you say then genitals do define gender?
No, I don't think so.
Still say no.
No.
So what do you have to say to the person that says you are what you're born with and you just need to accept it?
At least there are some people who haven't been brainwashed.
The idea that gender has no connection to biology stands strong, right up until surgery enters the conversation. The reasoning twists itself in circles before crashing into a wall of pure emotion. In this world, outrage is essential and facts are optional. This scene puts selective outrage on full display, wrapped neatly in self-contradiction.
Are you going to get people to stop being trans?
I think we're going to tell boys that they're not girls,
so we're
that they're
going to
boys.
tell boys that they're not girls, and they're going to listen.
Yeah, basically.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we've done for most of history.
That happened to me, and I can promise you to God that I didn't listen.
Yeah, well, because we live at a time that is affirming the transgender delusion. But if we lived at a more sensible time, probably you would have listened, and you might have had some. And I think we should just return to a more sensible kind of politics.
But what is yours? You're not giving a solution on how you would even be capable of doing
something. Yeah, I think I am.
Like
I think we kicked the fellas out of the boys' bathroom. We kicked the transgender teaching out of schools.
How are you going to do that?
We just enforced the law as it was before 2015.
There was a law prohibiting trans women to go into the women's bathroom or trans men going into the men's bathroom.
Yeah, it's there in the term women's bathroom.
That's a law.
That's why men can't go in.
That's a law.
Yeah. Yes, there are all sorts of laws against public indecency, for one, against men going into women's sports leagues. There are all sorts of regulations against that, or at least there were until recently. We did not have established in public life transgenderism until very, very recently.
That's not true.
That's
not true. What about the two-spirited people?
What is the two-spirited people?
In the indigenous community, they are, I don't want to get into semantics, but I know that the fact is that there has always been trans people.
Do you know where the phrase two-spirited came from?
I don't.
Please
enlighten me.
It came from the 3rd annual Intertribal Native American First Nations Gay and Lesbian Americans Conference in 1990. And the woman who coined that term...
I just don't think that that's true.
It's true. The woman who coined that term admitted... Hold on. Let me just finish my point. The woman who coined that term, Maya Laramie, admitted somewhat recently that the term two-spirit came to her in a dream in 1990. Now, the Ojibwe Nation actually has translated this term. It's the Niij Maniduag, but they translated it from the English in 1990.
How you're capable of eradicating an entire percentage of people by setting laws, because people are
I think you're choosing not to hear what I'm saying, because I'm saying we don't want to eradicate any people. We want to eradicate but the other word is transgenderism, which is an ideology, not a group of people.
I am a transgender person. You can't just
you are
skip
a confused
over that
person, but
I'm
you're not,
babe. I'm so secure in myself, and there's other women in this room that are also trans, have been trans for 20 plus years, 7 years, babe, that know exactly what they're doing.
You're confused because it's not possible for a man to become a woman.
How are you capable of looking at somebody without knowing their bodily autonomy, knowing anything that's going on with their medical history, anything?
Because I know
nothing
I know
about
the
me.
basics of human nature.
You know nothing about me.
I know that you're a human. And I know a little bit about human nature. And I know that a boy can't become a girl. So that's what I know.
Does anybody want to take that?
It becomes a face-off between emotion and evidence, and the facts never stand a chance. The moment biology or history steps into the discussion, confidence fades instantly. Two-spirit appears as the final defense before everything unravels, proving that rewriting science always ends the same way. And now we arrive at a shining example of logic folding in on itself.
You would let Floyd Mayweather compete as a boxer in the women's American boxing team?
Yeah,
you
of
are
course
a
you have to be
complete
like the
and utter
heavyweight.
lunatic.
I completely agree with Francesca, and I'd go
They
further.
would
actually,
have
Piers.
to
You always,
transition.
you always say that you want to be a penguin. I would let you live at London Zoo in a cage like the rest of the penguins.
You know what? I'd be a very popular exhibit.
You would.
I don't even think that they believe what they are saying.
Calling men fighting women progress might be the boldest leap of reasoning yet. The moral foundation collapses before the argument even finishes. Once reality enters the ring, feelings are left trying to referee a fight they were never equipped to handle. This clip delivers a perfect demonstration of how anti-capitalist ideals collapse the moment they meet real-world irony.
What kind of gloves are those? Are those receiver gloves?
No, they're like...
Listen to this.
What about...
It's hilarious.
Are you anti, capitalism? Like, you don't like people with money and shit like that?
Well, I mean, the thing...
Because I'm rich as...
Well, I mean...
Do you think if you worked as hard as I was rich as I was, had a house in Nantucket, vacationed on the beach, had beautiful sunsets at the galley, you'd be walking around with a mask on right now?
No, I'm not going to betray my values for that. I'm not going to build myself up by exploiting other people's labor and, push my way to the top that way.
Have you ever been in Nantucket?
No.
Beautiful.
Criticizing capitalism while covered head to toe in brand logos is a level of irony few can match. It is the ultimate protest sponsored by the very system they despise. The moment real achievement appears, the outrage quietly transforms into envy, carefully disguised as moral conviction. Here comes a moment that captures the perfect storm of internet irony and misplaced confidence.
Are men and women equal? Actually, women are better than men. What do men bring to the world? Literally nothing. Women, the vibes, just everything.
Everything you know and love. If you look around the entire infrastructure of our nation, our economy, every building you walk into, the way that you are portraying your ideas and opinions is through technology and infrastructure and an economy and a nation that was not only built, but it's still maintained to this day by men.
Did men allow you to have that haircut?
You taking personal attacks makes me seem like the more intelligent.
Okay, I understand.
Validate your point, not some personal attack because you're losing the argument. Feminism stops whenever it's inconvenient for y'all. By definition, you are delusional if you cannot defend your ideas.
You should go.
I actually don't go to
Claiming men contribute nothing to the world while using their inventions to make the claim is a comedy in itself. The performance collapses the second logic enters the conversation. Apparently, empowerment now means declaring victory before anyone asks you to explain it. Next up, what follows is a proud display of progressive logic stretching reality to its absolute limit. Next up, what follows is a proud display of progressive logic stretching reality to its absolute limit.
How many genders are there?
It's a spectrum, so like a lot.
Can you name me a few?
You can be man, female, you could be, there's so many. A demigirl.
What even is a demigirl?
Only in woke world can someone say gender is infinite, then immediately run out of examples after two. The confidence is unmatched, the reasoning non-existent. It's like watching someone try to explain math while forgetting how to count. Apparently, demigirl is the new scientific discovery, proof that imagination now outranks biology. Here we got a meltdown that perfectly sums up modern progressive behavior at its loudest.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am. Sir. Take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you, sir.
The idea of be kind somehow turns into shouting at store workers for getting a pronoun wrong. It is the activist starter pack in motion. Preach respect, then destroy property when it is not delivered. Apparently, tolerance now means forcing everyone else to tiptoe around your emotions until reality steps in and says, sir. The next moment paints a clear picture of moral posturing that disappears when action is required.
Would you be willing to give him your keys?
I'd be willing to let him into my house.
Keys, like he needs to go right now.
I don't have enough copies.
Enough copies? Well, he'll be there when you get there.
Yeah, if I'm
He'll let you right in. Don't you trust him? Do you not trust the illegal immigrant?
No, I do. Like I said.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
right in.
Felix, she wants to give you her keys because she trusts you enough to let you into her home.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I don't have a mommy. My roommate has them.
Talking about saving the world is easy when it only involves words. It is all generous promises until someone actually asks for the keys. The compassion vanishes faster than accountability at a protest, leaving behind moral pride safely locked away behind closed doors. Here comes another episode of Woke Logic Meets Reality and immediately files for leave.
Would you guys be willing to take in asylum seeker, as you called them, to your home and foster them and take care of them so the government doesn't have to mistreat them?
Yes, if we were involved with an organization that was what needed temporary placement for asylum seekers, that would be something we...
Well, my organization is Liberty Hangout, and I have an asylum seeker right here.
The reason we can't do it right now is we are literally moving.
Few things scream declaring we totally house asylum seekers right up until someone takes you seriously. Then it's all we're moving and now's not a good time. It's the classic woke performance virtue on display, responsibility on vacation. And there it is, another lineup of self-proclaimed visionaries outsmarted by common sense. If you enjoyed watching Contradiction Meet Consequence, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned. There is always another episode waiting because hypocrisy never takes a day off.